What? Ban list. All right, Planeswalkers, Mithras here. Hope you're doing well and staying safe. So look at this. Today, a mass ban in terms of very powerful cards for the current meta standard. I love it. We're shaking things up. We're losing Cauldron Familiar, Cat Oven, Growth Spiral, Ramp, Teferi, just an annoying card all around, and Wilderness Reclamation. So there goes a good 50% portion of, of the decks. Actually, earlier today, I was looking at my deck list, deleted out a bunch of stuff. So pretty crazy. If you've seen my tier list video, go check that one out. Totally different now, so I'm pretty excited. I was going to do a best of 3, but now with this, it's totally shaking things up. If we get time, I will get to that as well. So what are we going to focus on today? So today, I got a speculative top 50 deck for you. I think this one is going to make Standard what it used to be. So maybe you may know already, maybe you may not know, but very excited about showing you this deck because I think this is where things are going to go, and I'll explain that for you here in a minute. But before we do so, just want to say thank you for your time. Please feel free to subscribe down over there to stay up to date on exciting content like this. Additionally, you can like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter and Twitch to stay in tune and in the know. All right, so enough of these 4 cards. I'm not going to sit and kill it. You guys can go ahead and look at the list or Wizards kind of announcement, and let's go ahead and hop right into it here. We got some historic suspensions. That's going to change a lot as well. Obviously, you guys can go check out my Arena Open matches, and everyone was playing Reclamation, so not too surprised about all this, but also very exciting. Okay, so what is this top 50 deck that I speak of? And then I'll talk a little bit more about the ban list and those kinds of things as we get going. All right, so this deck that we are going to be taking a look at again is Temur Adventures. So this is going to be my speculation here. I think this deck is going to rise back to the top for several reasons. We kind of saw this with the companion changes, some of the sack decks, those kinds of things with Lurrus. Lurrus still was a thing and playable even after because you didn't always get them in and the decks were still pretty powerful. So this, if we think about Temur Adventures in context here, one, this was huge when Throne came out. So this deck has primarily been untouched, but only has gotten added value with the additional sets. The second piece here is it doesn't require the companion component, and everything from this deck was something that was not banned. So we're not playing the ramp, we're not playing Reclamation. We got everything that we need to here. It was a very powerful deck back during that time. So I think there's going to be a good shot for Temur Adventures or Clover, Temur Clover, whatever you want to call it, to rise back up to the top. Additionally, this deck was already around the top 50. So this one was by Ket, K-E-T, so thank you, Ket. I had a different version, older version, and I thought this would be a great way for us to land back into it. Additionally, I think, again, from a best of 3 perspective, this one's gonna be great. It's great in best of 1 too, but you can go check out the BO1 tier list. I don't think this is a tier 1 because there's just so much aggro right now. And additionally, I think that tier 1 list for best of 1 aggro is probably not going to change too much, primarily because a lot of the cards you didn't necessarily need to play against Reclamation, but you had some pieces in there, as well as some of the other cards that got banned. So, all right, with that said, what do we got going on? Here is the deck list for you. As always, it is available down below, so you have access to it. And then I will call out a couple things here. We're adding Nissa. So Nissa wasn't always in this. This is a great addition here. Lots of things that we're going to be able to do with Escape the Wilds, Ramp. Additionally, so Fae the Wishes. The sideboards are very important here. We got Claim the Firstborn, Mystic Repeal, Grafdigger's Cage, Shadow Spirit, Disdainful Stroke, Negate, Fling, Domri's Ambush, Storm's Wrath, Once and Future, Escape to the Wilds, Discontinuity, Ugin, Mass Manipulation. So what's kind of interesting is, one, it's by casting cost. This kind of gives you a good idea of when you should play these things, in my opinion, when you're going to go fetch. Again, more towards late game, more towards early game, or things if you need to play around your opponents. I will quickly highlight some of these. So claim the firstborn, we know what this does. We steal their creature. I would pull this if they got something that's like a self-sack. That's always a good one. Additionally, if you need to remove something out of your way, this will work well for you. Mystic Repeal. Put target enchantment on the bottom of its owner's library. So this is great against things like Annex if you want to get that off the board. Now we don't have Reclamation, so we don't have to worry about that. Additionally, this will become stronger because Teferi's not around, so we got instant speed cast. Grafdigger's Cage, this is going to be for the graveyards, so there is still going to be things like the ramp decks, I'm going to guess right now, without Growth Spiral. So you're going to want to play this against the Euro decks, so this could be a Simic, this could be a Sultai, and this could be a ban still potentially. Shadow Spear here is going to be great when you need your life gain. Disdainful Stroke, so this is going to be, I'm going to call Negate and Disdainful Stroke cards for Mirror Magic. Additionally, for the Walker's decks, I bet those are going to also start becoming a little bit more powerful. Next we got Fling. This will, you drop a giant, you pull Fling, you get right through. Next, Domri's Ambush, again for specific targeted removal. Storm's Wrath board wipe, so great against mono red, those kinds of things, mono green, mono black. Next, Once in Future. So this one's interesting. Return target card from your graveyard to your hand. Put up to one other card from your graveyard on top of your library. Exile Once in Future. Adamant, if at least 3 green mana were spent to cast a spell, instead return those cards to your hand and exile. So this is a 2 for back, 2 for 1. Another Escape to the Wild. So if you're not pulling that, I would definitely pull this and then cast. Discontinuity is awesome. You guys can go check out how this runs in the Discontinuity deck that I've played before. Next we got Ugin. You know what that does. This is just a game clenching card, and so is Mass Manipulation. So you pump Nissa, you get this thing, and you just take their entire board. So there you have it. We got all these cards here for you. Again, this list is down below in the description. If you got questions, let me know. Happy to help. How would you play this in best of 3? Well, you don't really need a sideboard a whole bunch, but you could if you wanted to pull some of these things in and flop some of these things around. So, all right, Planeswalkers, with that said, let's go ahead and jump into it here with this top 50 Temur Adventures deck. And we're going to go right into our competitive play here and play some standard ranked. All right. So as I mentioned, we're not going to have to worry too much about the Reclamation decks now. This is a great keep for us. We got a lot of stuff we can do. We'll keep this. And again, this is a speculation play from my perspective. Now, quickly here, we'll do Edgewell into Lucky. Just want to say thank you for your support. It's been a crazy ride. Please feel free to subscribe to the channel down over there. You can like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter and Twitch. This is going to be probably one of the mutate decks. I'm guessing that that's going to be a common thing that we're going to run into now as well. No reason to attack in. Yes, there it is. I was already thinking that this was going to be something that we'd see. All right. Nothing like Gruul. Now, one of the things to keep in mind here is, I'm going to do this. Is if they still have Gem Razor will bust this up a little bit. So mono green could be a bad matchup. So next turn I can do Beanstalk. Let's grab a green. Grab a red and a blue. So we got Escape into the Wilds, so we'll be able to trigger off here. As long as he doesn't drop a bunch of stuff, we'll be okay. So they can hit 2 here. Oh, they gave him haste. That was a little bit of a misplay. Let's do this and see what we can pull. Here we go. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So first, let's go like that. And we'll pay 2. Oops, I misplayed. Gotta pay attention there. But that's alright. We need to keep that down anyway. Does he have trample? Yeah, no trample. And then we can do this. 1, 2, 3. We'll get him off the board. Leave 1 up, just in case. So next, I can play Fae of Wishes. So we'll play that. We will play Fae of Wishes. So I need... We could do Storm's Wrath. That would wipe the board. Let's pull this Disdainful Stroke. Let's pull Domri. And what else? And could do Shadow Spear. I could do Ugin. Shadow Spear will give me life. I'm gonna do that for now. Or I can play Once in Future, but I'm misclicking because my mouse got stuck. Oh, the horror, the horror. Oh man, come on. This is painful. Sorry. Oh boy. we keep our disdainful stroke. We can do that. So I can mutate, but it'll be 6. I just need to block 1. I'll actually be able to return 2 cards to my hand. So I can return... I can actually return Domri's and Brazen. So we'll end up, even though I've misplayed a couple times here, we will end up being just fine. Now again, could have played Once and Future, pulled Domri and Brazen back, or lots of options there. So it worked out just fine. All right, Platinum halfway. There we go. We'll keep going. All right, hopefully my mouse got a little bit better there. All right, on to our next match with our Temur top 50 deck here. Whew, this ban list is going to make things exciting. You still see a lot of the aggro decks, so I think people are going to be trying to figure out what's the next big thing, though, for sure. I like this because we have 2 Edgewells, but we don't have a single adventure, so that does not help us. I'm probably gonna try to mulligan here. Except I do like Aether Gust. Let's do a mulligan. This will keep. And drop Escapes of the Wilds for now. Alright, I should have my emotes on mute. I swear it resets all the time. Alright, Lee Motard. We got all the colors that we need. We got a lot of options. Flying deck. Get rid of that. If we can get a Clover. If we can get a Clover, it will be hopefully a fast game. The Azorius Flyers deck's also going to be strong. We'll stay strong. Ooh, there we go. Let's see what they come at us with. Not gonna give him the card draw. That's a dead card to us, which is a problem. Didn't need to do that. That was also a slight misplay. But I want to thin my deck. So in a second match, this is Aether Gust would be something I'd get rid of. So this time we can push. Well, I'll probably hit Hanged Executioner. Then I'll put Bone Crusher in. So we can start dealing some damage back. We can always use Aether Gust to pull our Bone Crusher back and put it on top of our library if we need also. Not gonna go grab anything yet. Do I want to pay the 2? I think we pull Storm's Wrath here. If they keep 2, they probably have the counter. One, two, three, four, five, 6. Oof. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Got drawn by the Azorius Flyers deck. So this will be a good one as well. We'll block there. All right, on to our next match. 1-1 with our Clover deck. All right, top 50 Clover. So we've seen pretty much everything in the deck so far, so pretty happy about that. It's always important to kind of, especially in these quick sessions that I do, get the ability to show quite a variety and range within the deck. So this is not going to be a good start for us. There we go. This is much better. 6, I'll drop a Fae, and we'll go from there. Mono red it is. Trying to pull maybe a burn off here. We'll see. There's the burn. Need to get that red source down. Blue. Let's do that actually. Alright, this time we'll get it right. If they get cleave though, which they could play here, and they probably have it, we'll be in trouble. It's going to cost them everything, though. That's a good one for us. So we have lethal next turn. So we have to hit that and hope that they do not have enough burn to kill us. Which they very well could. Oh! Oh, bummer, bummer, bummer. Now, the reason why I did not hit the cleave, just the cleave and miscast, would be that they could have recast and they still would have got the damage through. So that's why I did that, if you got questions. But all right, there we go. 1-2. It was worth a shot, and not as good as I was expecting. Hopefully, I was hoping more for a 2-1 run there. But with that said, I do think this deck is going to be something here for the bannings, and I think especially in the best of 3 stuff, like I was just talking about, it ends up being a little bit better. In best of 1, it can be a little bit tougher, but that's the way it goes. So lots of aggro as you're seeing, both with the UW flyers as well as mono red, which is to be expected. So really liking this deck again. I think it's going to be a good one for everyone. Top 50 Temur Adventures. If you got questions, let me know down below. Again, here is the deck list for you. Please feel free to subscribe to the channel down over there, and like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter and Twitch. Stay up to date on content like this. But apologies, couldn't quite pull it off. My mouse was having some issues there in one of the games, and last one was really close though. So, all right, Planeswalkers, we'll see you again soon. This deck takes a lot of practice, but you'll get there fast. All right, take care and stay safe. Mithras out.